TrumpCare. I don't know a lot of the details. It is available online, so that anybody can read it. It concerns something important in our health care. I just want to give a few impressions. Now, I could be factually incorrect. If somebody out there wants to fix my facts and correct me, you're welcome to do it. But my remembrance of what happened last time with Obamacare is we had the lovely, and I say this facetiously, the lovely Nancy Pelosi get in front of the House of Representatives, she was the Speaker of the House, and say, let's pass this bill so we can find out what's in it. Let me repeat that. The leader, the third in line for the presidency. So if the president and the vice president were on a trip together and they both dropped dead of a heart attack at the same time, or they got blew up in a plane or something crazy like that happened, she would be president of the United States of America. All its 800 military bases, its 320 million people or 300 million people, the trillions of dollars of assets it owns, the trillions of dollars worth of weapons that it owns, the ability that they have to destroy the world 50 times over, all these things. And she has the audacity, the temerity, to get up and say, let's pass this because a bunch of insurance companies has written this program for us and we're going to pass it. Now contrast that with what we saw yesterday. We saw people from the White House. Mr. Pence was over there. I know he's a legislator. That's part of his job. I understand that. But he is in the White House. And he has Trump's ear. I mean, it's obvious. So he's there. Mr. Trump was there. They're explaining it. You know, in my background, I'm in sales. They're selling it. They're explaining it to people. They had a House representative, some goofy-looking guy, looks real smart. Mr. Price was out there. I mean, contrast that. I mean, and Mr. Trump, I call this TrumpCare because Mr. Trump did not call it TrumpCare. Nobody's called it that. He is just being humble about the whole thing. Nothing like people accuse him of being arrogant, pushy. He's working with people. He's working with people like any good business person would. He's working with people. He understands that. To build a building, you need an architect to draw up the plans. You need an engineer to check the feasibility of the ground underneath the thing to see if they can build the building on there. You need carpenters to put up the frame. You need plumbers to put in, and on and on and on. And then once you get the building built, you need salespeople to go out and sell the units so people can do that. And then you need people to get in the building and make the building profitable and pay the rent to pay for it. You need all these things. It's a cooperative exercise. And Mr. Trump has been that. He is not like somebody says, do this off with your head. So a couple of observations I have. I've listened to mostly on this to Senator Rand, and I think he got mad because they kicked him out because he wants his free market solution, and I don't think we're going to get that. I don't know what the plan is, but he says that the problem with it was that there's individual mandates, and the mandates are so high that the insurance companies can't make a profit. You know, things like if I have Obamacare, which I do, I have pregnancy care, and obviously I'm not going to get pregnant. So, that's the problem. So they need to look at that, so they're calling it Obamacare Light. And I think that once this hits the Senate, it's going to be much more difficult to do. They're going to try to push this through the House, which I think they're going to be able to. But when they hit the Senate, it's going to be another story. So anyway, I think we're going to get another Obamacare again. I think that we need to expand our public health care. We need to get the cost down, and we need to train new people. We need to get this. We need to get the cost down by getting more people in. You know, and we need to get the cost down by privatizing a lot of this healthcare stuff, all these drugs. We need to quit letting the lobbyists run the program. Okay? I don't get all that. I don't want to go supply curves, demand curves, all that crap that I learned years ago. But I personally don't think that our system, our health insurance system, you know, folks, we're the only country in the world that does this health insurance system. We're the only ones. Nobody else does. Okay, and I haven't seen them since I was a kid here. One country that went and did it and just loves it. It had happened. So we should be looking at Germany and France and civilized countries, but we're not. We're going to go through this stuff and we're going to yak, and we're going to do this, and it's going to fail. All right, that's just my observation. If I'm wrong, you can come back and remind me. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this works. But let me just finish this up by saying this. For Mr. Trump to be successful, he needs to do two things. Number one, he needs to get health care for people over 50 and make it affordable and make it where we don't get fucked. Okay, because I talk to people every day in my job, we're getting fucked with our health care. That's number one. Number two, he needs to get jobs for the young people because they don't have jobs. They don't have good jobs. All right, and he has lots of tools to fix that. Okay, there's massive amounts of houses, massive amounts of land, massive amounts of agricultural land. There's massive amounts of things that he could do. Okay, he needs to fix it. All right, and if he doesn't, there's going to be hell to pay. That's all I can tell you. All right, it's not going to be pretty. All right. Out.